Commonwealth Avenue, that area. You could have saved millions of pesos. Kung ginawa niya na lang landscape yun from the very start. Kasi nung una, it was a nice wide avenue. Then all of a sudden, we were so happy with it. All of a sudden, we saw these concrete structures. We were very unhappy with it. Then we saw some strange concrete structures there, pakurba. Then it turned out to be your landscape, to beautify, of course, admittedly, to beautify your U-turn area. But ang question, dapat noon pa, gano'n na yan eh.
Unfortunately,
mahaba yun siguro. We're talking of maybe about 500 meters at least. That of paved road already, which you covered with landscape.
Can I respond to something later? The only reason I'm asking you that, Congressman Golez, is that the original engineer in charge of that is presently abroad. But I'd like to really seriously address the query, and I'd like to look on our records, and then if I can either go back to you by calling you up later or going over the original plans and actually tell you whether we actually were amiss in not planning it.
Kasi sinimento nyo, ganda eh. Ganda, 6 lanes pa yun or tapos all of a sudden biglang kinain yung 3 lanes, tinakpan yun ng landscape. Well, anyway, we don't want to
there's one thing, if there's one thing also, I understand.
It's there already. It would just break my heart that when the next administration comes in, baka ibungkal nila yan, natanggal nila, then gastos na naman tayo because maybe the next administration may not like how it was done. I don't know. Kasi hindi nga naayon. But I don't want to belabor that point. I just would like to maybe go to another point of the chairman. With respect to the traffic, the road accidents, last year, yung sa U-turn slots, no, there's a certain period here. There were reported 5 fatalities over a certain period, mga 2-year period, 5 fatalities. Compared with 8 on EDSA fatalities. The Commonwealth, U-turn slots are mostly along Commonwealth and South. Yes, U-turn slots. Most of them are there. Compared to the whole of EDSA, which is a very long avenue, the longest avenue in the country, I understand, with only 8 fatalities. Now, the fact that the U-turn slots accounted for 5 fatalities compared with a very long avenue with a much heavier volume of traffic with only 8 may show, just by statistics, that the U-turn slots are more accident-prone than EDSA. So, kumusta na ngayon? May we know the statistics now. How many have died on EDSA compared to the U-turn slots, maybe for the year 2008 and 2009 too? Does the MMDA have a record of this, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Chair, we have a record, but unfortunately I was looking over to my staff and apparently they were able to bring that information.
That's per annum.
No, dito sa akin, from January 2005 to January to July 2008, that is quite a long period. But pero, kinumpare ko yung fatalities sa EDSA, 8 on EDSA, which is a longer avenue with more traffic.
Pedestrian here. Hindi vehicular accidents.
Vehicular accidents.
No, pedestrian nasa nasaan.
No, vehicular. Fatalities lang lagay dito. So, may aksidente niya, may nagpakaan.
Nag-going to the test, baka makalimutan ko lang. Ano nangyari doon sa ambassador ng Venezuela na bumangga doon sa pink fence ninyo na...
Actually, I was reading over the report, Chair, and I think actually he was trying to avoid another car, and so he was cut, and so in the course of avoiding, he rammed against our structures in the road.
So bumangga doon sa pink fence ninyo?
Dahil meron siyang iniiwasan, but it was not a situation where he did not see the concrete barriers or the fences, but it was a case when he was avoiding being hit or he was actually hit.
Is that a official traffic report already?
But when I read in the newspaper, that was the claim of the investigator, and I think of the person riding in the vehicle at the end of the road.
So, hindi ko lang report nila dito, Mr. Chairman. Again, I don't want to belabor this point. Now, the other thing, Mr. Chairman, is what happened. Again, this is I found this a little confusing, and to be indicated lack of planning or a trial and error method, a methodology of trial and error. This is the provincial bus stops in the middle of Guadalupe Bridge. What happened to that? It was about to be inaugurated. Then all of a sudden, they disappeared.
Guadalupe?
Oh, nasa loob ng Guadalupe Bridge. It was a ballyhooed provincial bus stop area. Tapos biglang nawala. May parang covered area ng waiting sheds inside. In fact, I was aghast when I saw this. I said, this is my first time to see. In fact, it's no parking area. On bridge, it's no parking area. In most, even in the provinces, you don't normally park a car on the bridge. But in this particular case, it was going to be utilized as a bus stop for provincial buses. But it's a good thing it disappeared. But I'm just worried. How much did MMDA spend for this in what may appear to be a trial and error methodology that cost the government money?
Well, for one, since it was an in-house project, so it was by administration, we will also look into the amount. But basically, it is an in-house project.
No, but what happened? How come it was there, then all of a sudden it wasn't there anymore? Because the fact that it was removed indicated that in the end they found it to be a defective project, but money was spent on that. These were expensive structures, Mr. Chairman.
Was there a plan putting a provincial bus loading and unloading area in that area? Are you aware of that, Mr. Glover?
Actually, Your Honor, we were called upon in one of those cabinet meetings because I think one congressman and one governor personally called the attention of the president complaining about the loading and unloading for provincial buses. Their contention was MMDA did not provide loading and unloading areas for buses and just,